So if you watched the last video, you know the last bench session was a load of rubbish, didn't go very well. So we're going to look for some bench here. We're going to work on Spoto presses. We'll do some more isometrics again at a different position, and basically work off a lot of stuff for building power and speed off the chest. So I hope you enjoy, and let's see how it goes. So like we said at the top of the video, we're here starting with Spoto press. So we're planning to build to around a 2 rep max. So we're going to start with 140 kilos here. So the idea of a Spoto press, as you can see now, is you bring the bar down, you want to pause about 2 to 3 inches from the top of your chest, and then bring the bar back to the start position. The idea of this, it teaches you to keep tight under the bar. So when you bring the bar down for a normal bench press, you stay nice and tight, you can produce that power off the chest. Also obviously helped with putting the pause in there as well. So we then went up to 150, 140, felt really nice and easy. So moved up to 150, so that's what we're on with now. Again, bring the bar down, pause in about 2 to 3 inches above the chest. And then again for the second rep. Lovely, like I said, everything was really nice and easy. We then went on to 160 kilos. At this point, I'd normally put my belt on, but unfortunately I had forgotten my belt, which was a bit of a pain. But again, it actually moved quite nicely, much nicer than expecting after the last bench session that I had, which was really good. So then we moved on to 165. Obviously failed this for a normal rep in the last video you watched. So we're going to try it here for a Spoto press. And as you can see, it comes down, bring it down. Could have maybe done bring it a little bit down, but got the press quite nicely, which was good. Felt like I could have maybe gone the second one without my belt, wanted to just leave that there. We then come on to some banded bench speed weight. So it's 100 kilos in straight weight and about 25 kilos of band tension at the top. Pausing at the bottom for about 2 to 3 seconds, or count of 2 to 3. Trying to mimic what a call might be in a long call might be in a competition. Really good way of building power off your chest, because as you're coming up, you're always having to fight through the bands getting tighter and tighter, and basically adding more weight as they move up. So really good exercise to do. Did 8 sets of 3 on these, around a minute's rest in between each set, so they felt really good. We then went on to the isometric works. This time we're doing it off the chest, so just trying to build that pressing power off the chest, because if you can get the bar coming up off your chest nice and quickly, it's a lot easier to complete the movement and a lot easier to get to that lockout point as well, because obviously the bar is moving at a quicker pace. Really do recommend doing these at different heights. They've honestly made such a difference to my bench. We're now doing some pendlay rows, 100 kilos, do 5 sets of 5. Now what I like to do with my pendlay rows is have basically a bench grip. So I mimic my bench grip, so pinkies on the ring. So it's basically like doing a reverse bench. Then we went on to a bit of lat work. We did some single arm lat pull downs. This cable machine isn't the best for doing lat pull down work, so not perfect. Too light to do like proper lat work, but single arm lat work is okay. We then went on to one of my favourite exercise, which is seated dumbbell cleans. So the idea of this is you're using your back mainly to catch the dumbbells at the top position, so it's really good for working that inner back. Still these from a Chad Ikes video, so really recommend you go watch his YouTube channel, Courage Barbell. Great exercise, really good for, again, just being able to make that back a little bit tighter as you're coming down with your bench and produce that power off the bottom. We then went on to tape presses, one of the tricep exercises that I use the most. Again, you're training that the tricep to be in that lockout place, to give you that little bit extra strength as you're locking out your bench press. So I'd highly recommend putting these in. Doing these at 20 kilos, so heavier than what I was doing them last time. And again, felt really good. Tricep strength is definitely feeling a lot better than it has been, so that's good. We then finished off with some tricep pull downs. The drop set on these, just 10 or as many reps as you can get on each weight, and then drop. Bringing my elbows a little bit too forward here, watching the video back, which is a pain. But that was everything we did in the session. So definitely feeling better than the last main bench session I did that was in the last video. Really looking forward to my next bench session now. We're going to build up to about a heavy single in that, see what we can get. I do feel like that last bench session failing the 165 was just a outlier, and when I come back to it, I'm actually going to be feeling a lot stronger. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously there's a lot more to come on this road to 190 kilo bench, probably a lot more ups and downs along the ways. So do subscribe so you can see the next installment. Like I say, we'll be going for heavy single. If there's anything else you'd like to see or any questions about anything we've done in this training session, please leave it in the comments below. If you'd like to book a session or get any more information off me, please feel free to, again, leave it in the comments, use the links that should be available, or come over to my Instagram, Iron Personal Training, and drop me a DM and I'll be able to give you a help with that. So again, guys, thank you all for watching. I'm just going to leave you with me finishing off this drop set. I hope you've had a nice day and see you in the next video in a road to 190 kilo bench.